about Kanye West. Kanye West did show up today at the Diddy trial. I told y'all I was wondering if he showed up yesterday. I told y'all in that short. Not certain if he did or not because Kanye would have walked out where people could have saw him. I told y'all that. I told y'all that. Let's see. So thanks for tuning in. We're going to talk about a few different things. Like the video as you guys come in. Subscribe to the page. Thanks for being here. Of course, I'm going to get to my disclaimer. So thanks for tuning in to Let's Talk About It Media 21. I appreciate you guys' support, you guys' love. We've been doing extremely well as far as numbers and views. So I appreciate y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and get into my disclaimer because people are going to start coming in. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Hold on one second. Okay. Like the videos you guys come in. Like the videos you guys come in. Okay. Thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting the channel. I'm just doing my setup on this side. Yes, Kanye showed up today. And many people felt if he was there yesterday, he would have walked in like he did today. And I had told y'all that he probably would have wanted to meet up with the family. And with him not meeting up with the family. So this is the thing. We're not certain. This is the thing. We're not certain if he was able to go into the main courtroom or if he was in the overflow. So if you catch the video, he's walking in by himself. Bianca may be in a car or a different vehicle because we see him and Bianca together today, but she did not allegedly get out of the car. So that might have been the reason why Kanye was in there for a short period, just to show support. Bianca may be in the car. She may be at the hotel. We're not certain. But Kanye was met by one of Diddy's sons. He was met by one of Diddy's sons outside the doors, and then they went into the circle of doors and they went in. So we're not certain if Kanye went into the main room or if he was in the overflow. Hi, good afternoon. So if Kanye may not have been able to go into the main room, he may not have been happy about that. But family, he was hoping that going within with one of the sons, that he would be able to get into the main room. Not certain if he got in. So this is the biggest thing. He was met by the family. It was mid-afternoon. So Kanye might have been able to go into the main room if he would have went in there with them this morning. He came mid-afternoon. It might even been before their lunch break, but he only stayed for like 30 to 40 minutes. So he was met by one of the sons. They high-fived, dadded, whatever. They went in. Kanye came out after 30 or 40 minutes. So many people are saying if he could not get into the main room, he might have been upset if he had to go into the overflow room. So I'm sure we're going to get reports whether he had to go into the overflow or if he was able to go into the main. This is the biggest thing. This trial has had so many distractions. They might have put him in the overflow room because of what happened yesterday. The distractions yesterday, the sidebars yesterday, the delays yesterday, the day before, slight delays. There's so much going on in regards to what's happening. The judge is probably going through it because just as we see that Kanye had a lot going on with his life, I'm not surprised that the trial is going like this. I'm not. I thought about it when speaking with some of my friends. I'm not surprised that the trial is going like this. Because Kanye and his team, hello, good afternoon, everyone. Kanye and his team want to control everything, and they're objecting a lot. They may be trying to seek an appeal. Remember, Kanye's bond was denied. Kanye's been asking for a mistrial constantly, and that was denied. So let's go ahead and get to Kanye showing up. People are wondering if it's just for media attention, clicks, and views. He may just want to show support to Diddy. That might be it. And then I did see yesterday when I was watching a live, someone else's live, the family seemed to have left early. I can't confirm or deny if it was before lunch or after lunch, but the family did leave early. So they might have had lunch or dinner with Kanye, and maybe Kanye said, no, I'll just go tomorrow. You guys know Kanye's a busy man. If he would have showed up early with the family, 9 o'clock in the morning, he might have been able to get into the main room. So we don't know if he was in the main room for 30, 40 minutes or if he was in the overflow room for 30 or 40 minutes. And then did his son go back into the main room? So that's what we're going to pay attention to. So we're going to get to a video that's going to talk about Kanye showing up. Not surprised. So that's why I'll tell you guys, true or false, I can't confirm or deny. Because look at Kanye. He's right in front. He would have been right in front yesterday too. Because he has security. Hello. And he pulled up in a Maybach, allegedly. Okay, so let's get to Kanye showing up. There's going to be reports on it. I did see clips in regards to certain YouTubers, and TMZ reported it. So let's get to the clip.
In-court reporter Elizabeth Milner to answer all of your questions right now, and there are a lot. All right, welcome back, everybody. So guns, King Knights, happening inside and outside of the Sean Combs federal courthouse as he's facing charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Been quite the day. Want to bring on Long Crime's in-court reporter Elizabeth Milner to answer all of your questions right now, and there are a lot. Elizabeth, it's good to see you. As you can imagine, a lot of questions about Kanye West. He showed up to that courtroom today. We know he is a friend of Sean Diddy Combs. He was even asked reportedly outside of court, is he there to support him? Yes. So let me begin with the first question we have from Danny. There might be a misconception here. So Elizabeth, set the record straight. Was Kanye in the courtroom or was he in the overflow room?
See?
So it was kind of an interesting morning. We had a lot of rumblings just about whether or not Kanye West was here, whether he was actually here, because there was rumors yesterday that he was here too. But yes, I can confirm that he was here at the courthouse today. Now, as far as being inside the main courtroom,
I'm going to slow it down a little bit.
I did not see him in there. But at first I was thinking, okay, maybe he might come into the main courtroom because they cleared the floor. They being the marshals cleared the floor. So I thought maybe it was to bring him into the room, but that didn't happen. But I did hear that he was sent to the overflow room, and maybe that wasn't where he wanted to be today. And so what ended up happening was I think he was there for maybe 15, 20 minutes and then ended up leaving. So no, he was not in the main courtroom, but I did hear he was in the overflow room for just a little bit.
Yeah, so we got this question from Olivia E. You know, any jury or court reaction to Kanye being there? So I'm glad you set the record straight because it wasn't entirely clear what was going on. Oh, we had this happen today too. Shop Girl asks, it was reported that Diddy was shaking his head again in court, you know, during cross-examination.
See, we had heard that again. Diddy was allegedly shaking his head or making movements, and they announced it, and then they addressed it to the judge, and the judge is kind of like, okay, I'll pay attention again if that's what he's doing. That could be a concern, because remember, last week the judge has said if Diddy is making movements, that's going to be an issue. Today, it was slightly addressed, and the judge was like, let it go. I'll keep an eye on it again if it happens. He had asked, you know, them to address his client. Are we going to continue to have this problem? But Diddy has to be careful, because they had said if he was, the judge, remember, was mad last week saying you can't keep doing that. And then today, with everything that's been going on this week, the judge was like, pay attention to your client. So let's continue in regards to Kanye. Fair use reaction clip. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for tuning in, and please hit the like button and subscribe.
The judge admonished him once again, and did you observe any of that?
Well, I did, yes. I did observe him kind of nodding along with Mark Agnifilo, even towards the end of Mark Agnifalo's cross to the HSI investigator, or HSI agent, special agent, I should say.
Good afternoon.
I saw him kind of give him an under-the-table thumbs up that I was able to see from my angle and my point of view. But afterwards, Maureen Comey kind of stands up. This is after the jury is dismissed for a break, and she said that her colleagues in the back of the courtroom, who have a better view of Diddy because the prosecution sits in front of him, so they don't get a view of him, obviously because they're in front of him, but that the colleague had told Maureen Comey that Diddy was kind of nodding along with the cross-examination, and the judge was kind of like, you know, he didn't admonish him necessarily. He was like, you know, it's normal reaction for humans to kind of have this reaction, and I can't police every single reaction that the defendant is necessarily having. So it wasn't a stern talking to like it was the first time, but he said that if anything does happen again, he'll do the appropriate measures. But as far as Brian Steele kind of defending the defendant there, Brian Steele was kind of like, he's been nothing but professional. I'm sitting here right beside him every single day, and he's not doing what he was doing before as far as turning to the jury, nodding at them. He tries to make sure he's abiding by the judge's rules, not even looking at the jury when they enter and exit the courtroom today. And so it wasn't a tough talking to this time around, but I'm sure if something else were to happen and the judge notices something, that it might be a different type of talking to after that.
And if you just want to add to that, this is from Mary Baracco. How was Diddy today? How does he appear? How does his demeanor like?
Yeah, well, Diddy today, he was wearing his brown sweater, white undershirt, and khaki pants. As far as his demeanor goes today, I think maybe he was also possibly anticipating that Kanye West would be in the main courtroom, kind of show that level of support between friends. But he seemed kind of as usual, just, taking notes over at the defense table, speaking with his attorneys, nothing out of the normal as far as what we saw today in court. Definitely still participating in his own defense, taking all the testimony in, and then jotting appropriate notes down at the appropriate times, too.
You got to explain to me what's going on with these audio tapes. I'm not sure I quite follow them, Elizabeth.
And this is the other thing. Will other famous people try and pop in and out for media attention, clicks, and views? That's a question. Fair use reaction clip.
We have these tapes of what appear to be Christina Coram speaking with Jonathan Perez. What do these tapes sound like? And by the way, isn't this the first time that we've actually heard the voice of Christina Coram? What is going on in these tapes?
Yeah, I think to me that was kind of the most surprising thing, not only because she had recorded this conversation, but also because I'm like, wow, we've only seen her in photographs. Now we're hearing her actual voice. But Jesse, I do want to take a step back as far as why we were hearing that particular audio recording. And it had to do with Jane, because apparently staffers over at Diddy's home saw that there was this sexually explicit video on an iPad that normally the staff uses. And so there was kind of conversations had amongst the staff about how this was found, what do we do, that type of thing. So when Jonathan Perez was on the stand today, he was explaining that...
So Jonathan Perez is on the stand, giving his testimony. Fair use reaction clip.
That he didn't know that this conversation was recorded, but before even this recording happened, that he had spoken to Diddy about it personally. And now when Jonathan Perez is on the witness stand, he refers to Diddy as Mr. Combs or Mr. C. So he said that he spoke to Mr. C about this recording and then spoke to Christina Coram about this particular video recording. I should kind of specify. No, there's the audio recording of Christina Coram, but as far as the Jane recording of her with another man, Jonathan Perez said he spoke to both Mr. Combs and Christina Coram about it. So then the conversation is brought back up again weeks after this initial conversation was had. And so we did hear this audio recording from KK and Jonathan Perez. It was dated January 30th of 2023.
Yeah, was that plot plan for him to turn up in all white? Because remember, Kanye loved his black. Remember? He wanted to be seen. Will other celebrities pop up? I'm wondering. Fair use reaction clip. Will Ray J try and do that too? Because Ray J love a good media click and view. Fair use reaction clip.
And I tried to write down as much as I could because finally and thankfully we're able to see the exhibits. So we finally were able to see the transcript. So I was trying to write down as much as I could. But Christina Coram is kind of like, I don't know how to bring this up. Bring that Bosu ball over here and sit on it so that you aren't standing. It was brought to my attention last night. And tell me step by step what happened. An outside person brought it up. Did you talk to anybody about this particular recording of Jane? Now, she didn't say, Jane or anything like that. But did you talk to anybody? So then
okay, we're going to come back to that one. Fair use reaction clip. We're going to keep going in regards to Kanye showing up. Fair use reaction clip. Hold on one second. Yeah, he looks nice though. I mean, it beats him wearing the black.
Appearance in the Sean Diddy Combs trial today. The rapper arrived with one of Combs' sons. And Kanye West briefly made an appearance in the Sean Diddy Combs trial today. The rapper arrived with one of Combs' sons and told ABC News he was there to support Combs. He was not in the main courtroom and left about 20 minutes after arriving. Combs' personal assistant is testifying now under an immunity deal. Sean Combs has pleaded not guilty to all charges. His defense team says any sexual encounters were consensual. ABC's Rena Roy and legal contributor, criminal defense attorney Shauna Lloyd are outside that court. So, Rena, what's the latest here?
Yeah, well, Diane, I can tell you that we saw Kanye West walk into the courthouse here right behind us this morning, and our team got a chance to ask him, are you here in support of Combs? He nodded his head. He said yes. He then dropped off his electronics like all of us have to do going into federal court. He went into an overflow room to watch a little bit of testimony. He was just there for about 10 minutes before he then left. And interestingly, his arrival comes just a day after we heard from Jane. She was on the stand for days, an ex-girlfriend of Combs, and she talked about a trip to Las Vegas with a famous rapper. She said that he's a friend of hers and that he flew her out to Vegas, and that when they were there, they were in a hotel room together, and about 6 to 8 people watched an escort named Anton have sex with another woman. And in her cross-examination, she told the jury that she knows Anton because she had sex with him in front of Combs, and she said that she flashed her breasts and danced.
You guys are cracking me up about Kanye. He looked clean. Yeah, Kanye's something else. I'm telling y'all, celebrities love media attention, clicks, and views. Look who he was married to. Real talk. But I'm glad he showed up in white and not black. Kanye can put on some different kind of outfits. So remember, there was an alleged song that he put out with Diddy's son and his daughter. Kim didn't like that. But Kanye's been trying to show love more so than any celebrity. Some of his other friends aren't saying anything. who he's been around for who Diddy was around for the last 2-3 years. Nope, some of those people aren't saying anything. Will other celebrities pop up to show love and support, or for media clicks and views? Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip. And you got to remember, there was a video released about a month ago of Kanye and Diddy speaking. I don't think Diddy knew that he was being alleged recorded. And that video was put out of Kanye and Diddy speaking. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip.
For everyone, so the defense there was trying to show that she acted on her own accord without Combs in that room. Now, we don't know exactly who that rapper was, but definitely interesting timing here, Diane.
And Shauna, prosecutor...
And you got to remember, a rapper's name was mentioned yesterday. So they're trying to figure out who that rapper is. Attended an event, and they talked about the event and a young lady's party, whether it was birthday or celebration. So people were trying to break it down yesterday who they were talking about regards to the rapper. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip. And I just did a short, you guys. Go check out my shorts. The courts are trying to definitely protect celebrities' names. Yes, they are. The courts are trying everything they can to protect celebrities' names. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip.
Say they'll rest their case next week. So what are you watching for as they call their last witnesses now?
So as I call their last witnesses, what I'm expecting to see is that they're going to testify more towards the RICO charges. This is the assistant who can actually tie together everything that's happened to show that this was an organization and that it was used to further criminal enterprise, if he has that information. And that's what I expect to see from the prosecution.
All right, Rena Roy, Shauna Lloyd, thank you both.
Yeah, they're probably happy that he showed up in a decent outfit, because Kanye can, he can put on something. Fair use reaction clip. Let's get to the next one. Kanye's something else, and who he married is something else. Okay. So this is them talking to Kanye getting out of his vehicle. Fair use reaction clip. Why you show up today? Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. So it looks as if Kanye might have been sitting.
And Kanye West.
Hold on. It looks as if Kanye might have been sitting in a car for a minute, maybe until one of Diddy's sons came out. So let's get to this clip. Hold on. Fair use reaction clip. Just for the people that's just coming in.
Appearance in the Sean Diddy Combs trial today. The rapper arrived with one of Combs' sons and told ABC News he was there to support Combs. He was not in the main courtroom and left about 20 minutes after arriving. Combs' personal assistant is testifying now under an immunity deal. Sean Combs has pleaded not guilty to all charges. His defense team says any sexual encounters were consensual. ABC's Rena Roy and legal contributor, criminal defense attorney Shauna Lloyd are outside that court. So, Rena, what's the latest here?
Yeah, well, Diane, I can tell you that we saw Kanye West walk into the courthouse here right behind us this morning, and our team got a chance to ask him, are you here in support of Combs? He nodded his head. He said yes. He then dropped off his electronics like all of us have to do going into federal court. He went into an overflow room to watch a little bit of testimony. He was just there for about 10 minutes before he then left. And interestingly, his arrival comes...
So some are saying 10, some are saying 30, some are saying 40. So I can't confirm or deny which one it is. He was there. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip.
Just a day after we heard from Jane, she was on the stand for days, an ex-girlfriend of Combs, and she talked about a trip to Las Vegas with a famous rapper. She said that he's a friend of hers and that he flew her out to Vegas, and that when they were there, they were in a hotel room together, and about 6 to 8 people watched an escort named Anton have sex with another woman. She told the jury that she knows Anton because she had sex with him in front of Combs, and she said that she flashed her breasts and danced for everyone. So the defense there was trying to show that she acted on her own accord without Combs in that room. Now, we don't know exactly who that rapper was, but definitely interesting timing here, Diane.
And Shauna, prosecutors...
Yeah, it does look like him because he's lost a lot of weight. He's lost a lot of weight. Bianca must be putting him to work. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip.
Say they'll rest their case next week. So what are you watching for as they call their last witnesses now?
So as I call their last witnesses, what I'm expecting to see is that they're going to testify more towards the RICO charges. This is the assistant who can actually tie together everything that's happened to show that this was an organization and that it was used to further criminal enterprise, if he has that information. And that's what I expect to see from the prosecution.
All right, Rena.
And people are wondering if there's similarities in regards to other people in the industry. We were just talking about that 2 days ago. If there's other celebrities that's doing similar things as Diddy. So Kanye coming out was totally different than him going in. They swarmed over him when he was coming out. They swarmed over him. They were leaning basically on his car. So they must not have known that Kanye was going to come out when he did. Fair use reaction clip. Hold on one second. Oh, I'm not. Okay, I'm glad I looked at that. Yeah, so let me go back. Fair use reaction clip. Hold on one second. Like the videos, you guys come in. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications, you guys. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notification.
Versus Sean Combs, and Kanye West was in the building. However, he was not in the courtroom. He shows up, he gets out of the car, it's like a whole big media frenzy, and he goes through security where you have to give up your phone, all this stuff. But there's a very strict process to get into the courtroom, and you have to be on a list ahead of time. And we were told that he was going to go into the overflow room. Now, I know that didn't happen. I know that he left for lunch with, I believe, Christian Combs and some of Diddy's crew. So I don't know if he's coming back after lunch, but I was like, yeah, there's no way he's going to go into overflow. And I think that my assumptions were correct as to who Jane went to Vegas with on this private jet, this iconic rapper, because it would have been intimidation, I guess, if he came yesterday and sat in the courtroom during Jane's testimony. That's what I think. But anyway, let's get to juror number 6. This issue was not as salacious as we all originally.
See, why would that be intimidation? Because everybody's assuming that Kanye alleged has something to do with one of the alleged testimonies. Alleged. I can't confirm or deny. Anybody that's taken that stand, if they're a Jane Doe, we have to keep it anonymous. If they're a Mia, we have to keep it anonymous, period. My page not getting in trouble. So now there's also concerns in regards to a juror.
We thought it was. Juror number 6, they brought up that he was not living in the district that he had originally indicated.
Oh, wow.
He was having some kind of conversation with a jury staff member, and it kind of came up. It was super innocent, but it didn't really match what he said during voir dire or what was on the transcript. So he was questioned, I think, twice. And the government, their concern is that he was being deceitful, and the defense is like, they're just like, who cares? We have no issue with this. Plus, he's one of 4 black jurors, and this is racial bias if you get rid of him. And the judge is like, okay, I just want to get this out of the way. No bias here whatsoever. But he said, he also was kind of like, I don't think it's a big deal, but the answer here, since, the government has a problem with it, would be to question him again. And the defense just said, we don't want to question him for a 3rd time because that will affect, how he feels during deliberations, and he'll feel singled out, and we just don't want to do that. And they actually said, we will forfeit any appellate issues or any appeals if Mr. Combs is convicted with this juror on the jury, and we'll waive everything. And Alexandra Shapiro even kind of said, Mr. Combs is right here, and he'll agree to it. And then the judge is like, do you waive the appeal pertaining to this, Mr. Combs? And he actually goes, I waive it. And that was a funny moment. So yeah, it wasn't as crazy as we thought it would be, but they are most likely going to question his juror by the end of the day in private, so it didn't hold anything up. So we'll see. I have a feeling that he'll stay. But they had an issue this morning about the testimony.
So many distractions. They had plenty of time to get this juror situation straightened out. Now, week 4, week 3, week 5, whatever it is, they're now questioning this juror. There's so many distractions, y'all. So many distractions. Will other celebrities, let me know in the comments, will other celebrities try and show up for media attention, clicks, and views, or act like they're trying to support Diddy? Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip.
Of the HSI agent that we were about to see, because he seized a bunch of guns from LA home, Diddy's LA home, but he could not confirm whether or not the guns were in the safe when they were found, which was a really important note for the defense. The defense, oh my gosh, sorry. The defense was kind of like, we think it's really important that the jury knows that these guns, they were not strewn about the house, they were in a safe in the security room, and the fact that this special agent can't tell us this is a huge problem. And Agnifilo was like, he shouldn't even be able to testify. So they seemed to work it out where the government would ask a certain line of questioning around the safe and the guns and the security room. And then when Agnifilo got up there to cross-examine him, he just really made sure to say, okay, so
if you're black, and
but they were also saying that Did they cover the whole house? Many people are questioning, does Diddy have a basement, and did they cover the basement? That's the question. Question. That's a big question. Fair use reaction clip. And alleged some of the numbers might have been scratched off. One of them alleged.
All these different rooms, but the guns you found, they were only in the security room.
Good afternoon, everyone. Please don't forget to subscribe to the page. Please don't forget to subscribe to the page and turn on your notifications. Thanks for tuning in to Let's Talk About It Media 21. If you're watching from a phone, press 1. Please double tap the screen to hit the like. Please double tap the screen to hit the like. And thank you. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip.
Because he has a whole security staff and the special agent, and his name is Andre Lamont.
Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate you. Thank you for hitting the like. Thank you. Thank you.
He said yes. And he also said that, there were 6 guns found. There were 6 guns found. Only one of them was defaced. He thought with maybe something like a sander because it was very smooth. And we saw in the safe there were racks for the guns. But
okay, so she keeps saying that word. I'm not trying to get in trouble. So the biggest thing is they're concerned if something was scratched off, and then they're asking if it was the security guards. That's what they're wondering, if it was the security guards pieces. I'll say it that way. She's saying that word too much, so I had to go away from that. So are you guys surprised that Kanye showed up? It does not look like, some people were reporting it looked like Bianca got out the vehicle. It does not look like Bianca got out the vehicle. I do show on my shorts that him and Bianca are out and about. And it looks like if that Bianca is in all black, go to my shorts, you'll see it. Good afternoon, UK. Good afternoon, UK. Let me see. Like the videos, you guys come in. Like the videos, you guys come in. And like we said, I do not feel that Kanye was there yesterday, because he would have got out of his Maybach like he did today. Or if he wanted to talk to media, he probably would have talked to the media. So there's a lot of videos of Kanye showing up. A lot of videos. My goodness. Associated Press said something. Many people are covering it. Yeah. I mean, if he wants to support, I mean, he's been allegedly trying to speak with his children in regards to trying to be supportive. So yeah, I'm not surprised that he showed up, because they had said that he was in New York. Many people reported that he was in New York. Let's see. Okay, let me go back to, hold on one second. Fair use reaction clip. Like the videos, you guys come in. Okay, there we go. Like the videos, you guys come in. Don't forget to subscribe, you guys. There's about 415 in the building. Please subscribe to the page and turn on your notification. Fair use reaction clip. Let's get back to it.
Jonathan was like, well, I didn't talk to anybody. Christina Quorum is like, well, were you in the house? And then, Christina Quorum said, where were you in the house? Jonathan said, Brandon was there. He was talking about something on the iPad. Christina Quorum is like, okay, well, who was all in the house? We can check the cameras in the house. Jonathan is saying, well, I was just trying to saving him as far as Diddy specifically, so that way he could delete it. And then Jonathan said he didn't talk to anybody else about it. He said that Brendan wanted to tell Rob about this, said the advice was to initially just delete this video, but then Jonathan said he didn't want to delete this video in case something were to happen and it be brought back up, that type of thing. And so Diddy initially wanted to launch an investigation. Now, we didn't hear Diddy's voice on this audio recording, nor do we think that he was kind of even...
I have a video of him getting out of his car on my shorts. I do have a video of him getting out of the vehicle in my shorts. And I also have a video, the same video of him shaking hands and meeting up with Diddy's son. It's on my shorts. So I do have that. Now, him leaving the courthouse, I don't think I posted that yet. Him leaving the courthouse, I don't think I posted that yet. But I do have shorts over there of Kanye and Bianca together. They took a picture of Kanye, another picture of Kanye. Then they took a picture of Bianca. She's like in all black. Her hair is a little bit longer. So it is on my shorts. Thanks for tuning in. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip.
background when this recording took place. So really, we were just hearing the voices of Christina Quorum and Jonathan Perez in this particular tape. But Christina conveyed to Jonathan that Diddy wanted to launch this investigation and how it got onto the staff.
No one knows why he was there for just a short period. One, is it because he couldn't get into the courtroom? Two, is it because they tried to put him in the overflow room? Or was it three, because he didn't want Bianca waiting on him for a very long time? Who knows what Kanye's schedule is? Maybe he just wanted to show support of him going to court, just showing support of Diddy. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip.
iPad. And so Jonathan believed that this video was recorded on the iPad.
I'm going to go back.
All right, welcome back, everybody. So guns, King Knights, Kanye West. Danny, there might be a misconception here. So Elizabeth, set the record straight. Was Kanye in the courtroom or was he in the overflow room?
So it was kind of an interesting morning. We had a lot of rumblings just about whether or not Kanye West was here, whether he was actually here, because there was rumors yesterday that he was here too. But yes, I can confirm that he was here at the courthouse today. Now, as far as being inside the main courtroom, no, he was not inside the main courtroom. I did not see him in there. But at first I was thinking, okay, maybe he might come into the main courtroom because they cleared the floor. They, being the marshals, cleared the floor. So I thought maybe it was to bring him into the room, but that didn't happen. But I did hear that he was sent to the overflow room, and maybe that wasn't where he wanted to be today. And so what ended up happening was I think he was there for maybe 15, 20 minutes and then ended up leaving. So no, he was not in the main courtroom, but I did hear he was in the overflow room for just a little bit.
Yeah, so we got this question from Olivia E. You know, any jury or court reaction to Kanye being there? So I'm glad you set the record straight because it wasn't entirely clear what was going on. Oh, we had this happen today too. Shopgirl asks, it was reported that Diddy was shaking his head again in court, you know, during cross-examination. Did the judge admonish him once again? And did you observe any of that?
Well, I did, yes. I did observe him kind of nodding along with Mark Agnifilo, even towards the end of Mark Agnifalo's cross to the HSI investigator, or HSI agent, special agent, I should say, that I saw Diddy kind of give him an under-the-table thumbs up that I was able to see from my angle and my point of view. But afterwards, Maureen Comey kind of stands up. This is after the jury is dismissed for a break. And
so some thumbs up and shaking of the head. Please subscribe to the page, you guys. Please subscribe to the page and turn on your notification. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip, and continue to hit the like button. That's double tapping the screen. Double tapping the screen to hit the like. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip.
She said that her colleagues in the back of the courtroom, who have a better view of Diddy because the prosecution sits in front of him, so they don't get a view of him, obviously because they're in front of him, but that the colleague had told Maureen Comey that Diddy was kind of nodding along with the cross-examination, and the judge was kind of like, you know, he didn't admonish him necessarily. He was like, you know, it's normal reaction for humans to kind of have this reaction, and I can't police every single reaction that the defendant has necessarily had.
So they're going to keep an eye on Diddy. Sorry, yeah, they're going to keep an eye on Diddy continuously nodding the head in regards to being in the courtroom. So the judge has already addressed it. I'm not certain if he's going to address it again, but he's been warned last week and he's been warned again today. So many people are definitely shocked that Kanye showed up in support. Will other celebrities do that for clicks and views or to show support? It does look like the police was escorting, and Kanye may have had a bodyguard or someone, you know, directing him to get into the courtroom. Now, him leaving out, I'll probably have to do a short regarding that later. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip.
He said that if anything,
all right, welcome back, everybody. So
room who have a better view.
Okay, I already did that one. Yeah, you guys, I mean, it is what it is. They had said he was there yesterday, but I don't know. Maybe he was incognito there yesterday, but we would have seen if Kanye was there yesterday. He would have made it known. And then, like I said, today it's being reported that Kanye got out of a Maybach. He's not there now, and I don't think he went back. Some say he was traveling possibly out that way for an event, and then he just stopped in to check on Diddy. So I don't know. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about him showing up. Okay, so I just wanted to do a live regarding it. Let me see if there's anything else. Let me see. Hold on one second. Let me see if there's any other hot topics or trending topics I want to go through. So that's nice that Kanye showed up. This is him leaving. So I will post that later. He's leaving out. If I try and show that video now, my videos sometimes get flagged, so I can't show that. Federal agents talking about what they found in Diddy's house, bottles and bottles of stuff. They did talk about what was found in the house. Kanye West shows up at Sean Diddy Combs' trial. We talked about that. Bianca is in New York with Kanye for sure. If you guys did not know, Portia Williams wins the prenup battle against Simon Gobadia. She is allegedly to receive $40K a month. Let me see if there's any other hot topics, trending topics. Kai Cenat reportedly did not accept payment for his appearance at the BET Awards, so that's nice. Kai Cenat is so rich, he probably didn't need it. So if you guys did not know, Diddy's ex-assistant is on the stand. Let me see if there's any other hot topics, trending topics. But yeah, a lot of people are happy that Kanye showed up, showing support, and they're happy of what he's wearing. Okay, so I did do a video from Neighborhood Talk showing that Kanye got out the vehicle. Kanye West supports Diddy at the trial. Let me see if there's anything else. And like I said, will other celebrities try and show up at a lunch hour, after a lunch hour, just to try and show support? It's interesting that he's outside of Diddy's family. All right, so I'm going to go back, save him exiting, so that way I can post that. But yeah, let me see if there's anything else. Hold on 1 second. Hold on, that's not playing. Like the video, fair use reaction clip. I'm just seeing if there's any other hot topics, trending topics I want to talk about.
Sean Diddy Combs trial today. The rapper arrived with one of Combs' sons and told ABC News he was there to support Combs. He was not in the main courtroom and left about 20 minutes after arriving. Combs' personal assistant is testifying now under an immunity deal. Sean Combs has pleaded not guilty to all charges. His defense team says any sexual encounters were consensual. ABC's Rena Roy and legal contributor, criminal defense attorney Shauna Lloyd are outside that court. So, Rena, what's the latest here?
Yeah, well, Diane, I can tell you that we saw Kanye West walk into the courthouse here right behind us this morning, and our team got a chance to ask him, are you here in support of Combs? He nodded his head. He said yes. He then dropped off his electronics like all of us have to do going into federal court.
Ooh, birds of a feather. I haven't heard a lot of people say that today. So yeah, that's interesting. Like the video. Don't forget to subscribe, you guys. Continue to hit the like button, everyone. Continue to hit the like button and continue to subscribe, and thank you. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip.
Went into an overflow room to watch a little bit of testimony. He was just there for about 10 minutes before he then left. And interestingly, his arrival comes just a day after we heard from Jane. She was on the stand for days, an ex-girlfriend of Combs, and she talked about a trip to Las Vegas with a famous rapper. She said that he's a friend of hers and that he flew her out to Vegas and that when they were there, they were in a hotel room together, and about 6 to 8 people watched an escort named Anton have sex with another woman. And in her cross-examination, she told the jury that she knows Anton because she had sex with him in front of Combs, and she said that she flashed her breasts and danced for everyone. So the defense there was trying to show that she acted on her own accord without Combs in that room. Now, we don't know exactly who that rapper was, but definitely interesting timing here, Diane.
And Shauna, prosecutors say they'll rest their case next week. So what are you watching for as they call their last witnesses now?
So as I call their last witnesses, what I'm expecting to see is that they're going to testify more towards the RICO charges. This is the assistant who can actually tie together everything that's happened to show that this was an organization and that it was used to further criminal enterprise, if he has that information. And that's what I expect to see from the prosecution.
All right, Rena Roy, Shauna Lloyd, thank you both.
Okay, everyone. So I came back for the second time today. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Focus on healthy, safe relationships. Be around people that's loving, kind, and respectful. So, fair use. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged, in our opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notification. Please continue to hit the like button, you guys. Please subscribe, turn on the notification, and focus on healthy, safe relationship. Don't forget, super chats are welcome. Memberships are over there. Are you guys surprised that Kanye showed up, didn't stay for a long time? Are you surprised that Bianca did not walk in with him? Will other celebrities try and pop in and pop out for media attention, clicks, and views? We know celebrities love media attention, clicks, and views. Real talk. Who will be next that may pop up to the courthouse? Thank you for being here, everyone. Be blessed. Be around people that love and support you. Are you guys surprised that Kanye did show up? Even though they said he showed up yesterday. You see how he walking in. They would have showed the same thing yesterday. Thanks for being here, everyone. Have a great day. Goodbye. Enjoy your weekend. Bye.